I survived the world's richest town.
This is the world's richest town, where billionaires live. Because there's more private jets than cars, $20,000 a night hotel rooms, and some of the most expensive stores on earth.
How much is this?
It's 19,000. This one is 84,000.
What is the most expensive caviar you have?
You'd think the town would be very snobby though. I don't know if you've experienced this as well, but rich people happen to be very snobby most of the time. But like, if this rude, snobby people, just think, most of the time they just think they're better than you. So it usually gets a little iffy. The richest town might be a little bit different.
Your price between 6 and 7,000.
In this video, we'll explore it all to see why billionaires really live here. Starting with the town's most luxurious hotel, the Stad Palace.
Yeah, it looks old. Like, if you've watched most of my videos, I don't really like old themed houses. And this looks just mid as, like, a normal house, like a normal modern house, I would say is better than this.
You might have seen it in movies. It's been called a billionaire's paradise. So this is all going through our head as we got off the train and arrived in Stad, or Gestad.
I bet it was made sometime in like the 1850s or something. And it's just so ugly interior-wise.
Don't need to look for directions for our hotel because you can see it from anywhere in town.
It's really not that far, but the palace still...
The view would be nasty.
You there and help with your bags. This is definitely the quality of service you would expect for a hotel this expensive, because I booked the cheapest room in the hotel and it still cost me over $1,400 a night.
A night? That's nasty, man. Like, it has to have like good-looking interior. If it's $1,400 a night, it better look nice.
Video won't be cheap.
Better be more than a one-bedroom room, man. It has to be.
But as we started to check in, entering the hotel kind of felt really intimidating, but we did get lucky.
Given enough for it, you're going to be in a classic room, and you're going to be up on the 4th floor as well.
We got a better room for free.
Only in the Stad Palace would there be Rolexes in the elevator.
Oh my god.
Bro, imagine someone just breaks in, smashes that in yourself. Like, somebody's wearing like a disguise. You know, one of those makeup people that do it, like, what's it called, movie artists, makeup people? Like, if you get them to like make up your face and you rob the place and like with gloves and stuff so they get your fingerprint, can't you technically get away with smashing the window selling a Rolex?
We came all this way to answer one question. Could the average person actually afford to live a good life in the
No, 1,400 a night is not livable, man. Not like, that's sometimes somebody's monthly salary right there, just going in a one-night room, man. Probably a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom suite.
richest town in the world? To find out, we're going to track every penny I spend while we're here. Hopefully I don't go broke. And so far it's not looking great because there are photos of celebrities that have stayed here on the walls.
Like, no offense, this whole hallway just looks ugly as.
Designer bags for sale, and private jet ads in the hallways.
There's no way.
But anyways,
This is our room.
Not trying to be one of these people, but celebrity stuff in general, like Gucci handbags, all this stuff, is just such a waste of money, man. It probably cost them like $200 to make, or less, and then they're charging like $4 grand. It's like, come on, this is just rich people wanting to flex how much money there is. That's to do with most stuff. Rich people will buy really expensive stuff for tax write-off and just to flex that they're rich. Like, no, it's not, bro. That's $1,400 a night. That's not big enough. That is not big enough.
First thing you see when you walk in, they give you like a plate of fresh food.
Like, that's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, no kitchen apartment for $1,400 a night. Literally, you could book a hotel anywhere else and it'll be cheaper.
Fruit and chocolate. Do you think the people that stay here are so fancy that they use forks, knives, and napkins to eat like an orange?
Probably.
Now, it'd have to be like where you're from. If you're like higher up in like Britain, they might use fork and knives. But like, even then, I feel like it's just depending on the person.
you get a tiny little box of free chocolate.
Super
Not gonna lie, that chocolate's probably $400.
comfortable throne.
It's just a chair. Here's your bed.
Whoa. That is the most comfortable pillow I've ever laid on.
There's a really big TV, fancy water, and a desk with a coffee machine and an ancient phone.
It's like a Nokia.
Yeah, but it's not worth $1,400, man. It's just not.
But that's when I found this, the room service menu.
Oh no, man. It's gonna be like $120 for fish and chips or something. It's gonna be so bad. Like, I understand rich people have a lot of money, but even then, like, if they went from middle class to being really rich, they still understand the concept of money more than rich people do. Like, if there was like a, let's say your dad was a really, really rich and your son just got all that money, he wouldn't know what the concept of money is at all. But like, it's just so nuts. Like, even like middle class to rich, like going between them, like, we still have to mentally understand that that's a lot of money you're spending on just basically mid stuff. Like 1400 a night is just not worth anything.
And let me tell you, this menu is filled with food so expensive, I've never even heard of them. Like beef entrecote for $72, weird soups for over $50, and a salad?
Salad for 30 bucks. Like that's a piss take. So that is a piss take. Let's go back to what's in that salad. It has to have so much truffle or something. Okay. Mixed salad with vegetables, nuts, seasoned croutons, and herbs. For 30 bucks, you're taking the piss, man. You're absolutely duply taking the piss.
How much is ham and cheese toast? Here it's $28. Or you can get the most expensive thing here, potatoes with caviar for $300.
Oh, potato, like, come on, man.
Here's the bathroom.
Okay, that's ugly. That is just ugly. At something like, you go to your, like, all of you guys experience, right? You go to your nan's house, like, you walk up after maybe a 3-hour drive, an old looking house, you walk in the bathroom, this is what it looks like. Their bathroom looks like this. But this room is $1,400 a night. Like, just get out, honestly, man. Stop overpricing shit. Like, it's just tourists. Only people that fall for this stuff has to be tourists. Only tourists fall for this stuff.
This is definitely one of the nicest hotel bathrooms I've ever seen.
No! No, it's not. I've seen so many better just by reacting to, like, free videos, man.
You get a view when sitting on the toilet.
There's also a phone in the bathtub, I guess in case you want to order room service while you're taking a bath.
And even though the room is this nice, the town is on another level because
instead of a McDonald's and Starbucks, the main street only has the most expensive stores in the world.
Like, this is just gonna overprice you. Like, this is just rich people shit, man.
We need some souvenirs, but they might be.
Imagine owning this. Like, imagine being a normal person that decided, I want to open up a chain right here before we were all expensive. Like, you would have been making bank just living here.
The most expensive souvenirs we've ever bought.
like almost every store sells clothes for over $1,000.
There's a private jet shop.
That's what that is.
The wealth here is crazy.
We found super expensive watches in the windows.
Okay, this might be a hot take. Rolexes are such a waste of money. They're only to flex. Rolexes are mid watches. Like, they're just bad. Like, if you want a good watch, go get like one of those fancy Samsung ones, like the electronic displays and all that stuff. Like, this is just a waste of money. Oh, this Rolex here is plated with diamond crust gold watches. Like, you're just gonna get robbed. You're honestly just gonna get robbed. And it's such a waste of money. The person that robbed you is not keeping this to flex. He's selling this and making his yearly salary just from this.
$33,000.
Waste of money. It's just stupid.
That's $3,400. And this bomber jacket?
I couldn't believe it, but it literally costs over $7,000 for a jacket. You could get a similar one on Amazon for like $30. So
Bro, you could like buy like 100 sets of clothes from a decent, like not even high end, but like a mid-end clothes shop, and it'll feel the same as this overpriced shit.
went in a shop selling ski clothes and found goggles that were super expensive, sneakers that are over
Okay, those goggles are probably professional grade skiing goggles, unless it's from like Louis Vuitton or something. They're dog shit.
600. That's just crazy. And just guess how much these forks and spoons cost. I'll give you a second. 820 bucks. You could buy a whole kitchen table for that much. So to find a souvenir I could afford, we had to keep
You could buy a whole kitchen setup of that, pans, pots, diamond steel, I don't know, very expensive knives and all that stuff, and it'll still be cheaper.
You can buy Swiss Army knives. This one costs 75 francs. Even a stationery store is expensive.
Because I found a pen that costs more than a laptop.
Why is that? It's not even a okay, it's a fountain pen, but like even then, man, even this normal pen here, I don't think it's a fountain pen, 690. Such a waste. And this even normal looking pen, there was something you could probably pick up on eBay for 10 bucks. 850. Like, that's honestly, get out.
Wow. That
Ridiculous
costs
pricing.
$1,000.
So I was especially concerned when I found this.
I found a pen for $2,000.
No way.
Yeah.
What literally happens when it runs out of ink?
So for now, we stuck with a souvenir that doesn't cost more than rent.
Just these two magnets, please.
That's no way it's cost. Okay, that's still a little expensive for magnets. So you can go to a random store that isn't fancy and pick up a magnet for like $2.
See how expensive life can get here? We walked into this art gallery across the street, and immediately you see these giant animal sculptures around the entrance.
How much is it?
Not gonna lie, art has gone to shit, man. Like, see, like, it's just gone to a piss take. People dumping over sand buckets, bananas being taped from walls, so being sold for like millions. It's like even a blue painting, not even decorated, just a blue canvas somebody painted can go for like 400k. It's like, this is just rich people wanting to buy stuff for no reason. Like, this here is most likely 10 grand.
This one is 84,000.
Like, oh man.
This one is 26,000.
We got to meet the gallery manager,
You could pay a artist to make that for like $1 grand.
Pascal, who was super nice and told us what life was like here.
I live here since December, yes.
Okay. What do you think of it so far?
I like it, but it changes a lot.
You'd think most of like the rich people here probably never buy anything from any of these shops. They probably order it from like online or something and get it delivered.
The weather's not so good, it's not gonna be so cool.
And he even told me the most expensive thing they sell.
Very big gorillas.
Oh, cool.
This one which is 138,000.
What the
Told
hell?
us we were welcome to go explore the gallery.
Everyone has been extremely nice so far.
And this place is insane. It feels like an art gallery from a spy movie. There are all sorts of fancy paintings and of course the
Okay, bro.
expensive gorilla statues he mentioned.
There's an Iron Man gorilla.
I'm sitting because I'm afraid I'm
Okay, Iron Man Gorilla, somebody was bored. Some very famous artist was like, I'm bored, let me just make something for no reason, and he made that. And it's getting sold for 184,000. Like, man, this is such a scam. Very expensive paintings in general are a scam.
something over and then hold us hostage because we can't afford to pay for the game.
It would probably take a couple lifetimes to pay for everything in this building, like this really tall lion statue.
It's huge.
Either that or you're small.
Anyways, you can buy these really crazy animal chairs. Pascal told us this one costs
Oh,
about 19,000.
man. You could find this on Amazon for like $1 grand. Like, but this looks kind of mid. Chairs like this look so uncomfortable. Like, you want something like an office chair that is designed for comfortability, not a piss take, which this is.
That is like the weirdest chair I've ever seen.
And there's a matching stool made out of puppy dolls.
I know it costs probably $1 million, but I kind of want that.
And a bar stool made out of fake monkeys.
He would say these
Oh, that'll be uncomfortable to sit on, actually. If you go back, like, that just looks uncomfortable.
It's probably $1 million, but I kind of want that.
And a bar stool
Like, this is a bar stool, so what you sit on. These eyes are most likely made out of plastic as well. Like, this is not comfortable. This is not comfortability right here. This is a piss take, something that you'll never sit on ever. Like, it's a lot of it with chairs in general. Like, guys, if you haven't noticed, don't ever buy gaming chairs. They suck. They're basically scamming you to have a nice looking chair. Just get a nice office chair. For 9 out of 10 times, if you're on a decent budget, office chairs will easily be better than a gaming chair. Or you can just be godly with your plastic $10 chair, up to you.
stool made out of fake monkeys.
He would say these prices are bananas. I'm funny.
We really had a great time here, but some of the things they sell are hilarious.
You just have a blue gator in the middle of your living room.
And I guess it costs over 30 grand.
30 grand? For a blue alligator that looked like it didn't cost more than 10 bucks to make?
I guess I look like a snack.
You're done.
But art shopping can make you hungry, and luckily we found a
200 per pizza.
pizzeria.
Is the table for two?
And here you'll pay at least 20 bucks for a
Oh,
personal
okay.
pizza.
Can I have the,
That's not too bad. It's still very expensive, but for very high quality pizza, it's expensive but not horrendous.
spicy salami pizza?
I got salami, and Sam got a classic margarita pizza.
Good.
I'm so excited.
So with drinks, lunch cost almost 60 bucks, but let me tell you, it was so worth it.
Yeah, it didn't seem too bad.
Luckily, if you don't like restaurants, there's this.
It's a grocery
Expensive vending machines,
store
man.
vending machine.
That's so cool. Wait, how do you get eggs and they don't break?
Eggs are 7 francs. Peppers for 6.
There's corn. And tons of meat options.
Veal.
Chicken cordon bleu for 12
That's-
francs. Actually a good price.
That actually, yeah, that didn't seem too bad. I was looking at it, I was like, I'm not seeing anything from like a steak for 50 bucks or something. It actually seems reasonable.
Tomato sauce for 30 francs.
And
Okay.
of course, there's a real grocery store, which also is not cheap. Like, there's a bottle in the front window that costs over $100,000.
What is that? Is that like alcohol?
Disgusting.
You can have a college education or that bottle.
Inside is everything you would expect from a grocery store, just with more expensive prices. That's 40 per kilo of mangoes, 20
Ooh.
for bananas, and there's this giant bottle of wine for almost 600.
Okay, being realistic, people living here are not ordering from this shop. They're most likely getting it imported or something. To be able to live here, the housing The average house price here would be nasty though. It'll be like maybe a mil just to live here, and like obviously if you have a mil, you're most likely gonna get this type of stuff. But if you're conscious about your money, you're just gonna order it in. Like some other grocery stores like offer like if you order online, they'll deliver it to you, and it usually comes with like the cooling trucks and all that stuff. So it's just better to go them instead of going this.
So we just grabbed these 3 snacks to head back to our hotel. But just
I've never seen a grocery store before.
Still
that
expensive
advertises
as.
its most expensive item in the window at the front. Do you live here in Staden? How is it living here?
Good.
Yeah.
Living in Richest, that not good. But
Not-
holiday is okay.
Most of the year it's quiet, but during the holidays it's good.
Yeah, but normally
Do you think he lives here? Nah, I think he lives near here on the outskirts, but no way he actually lives here.
it's okay. Thank you.
For you.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
when we got back to the room, I found this book.
When we checked in, they told us concierge can basically do
Bro, you could buy a plane here, obviously you can rent a helicopter. I've actually been on a helicopter before. I was like, maybe when I was like 10-ish, we went like maybe 2 hours out to go for like a helicopter ride around. It's probably like maybe $300 for like the whole family and shit. And honestly, it was pretty enjoyable. It's a one-time experience, obviously. I'm probably never going to willingly go on that again. I'm scared of heights, so that's probably one of the main reasons. But like, if you want looking for something fun and it's nothing too expensive, like nothing that's really expensive, you should probably go to it because it's pretty reasonably priced, if you ask me. It's just fun.
And apparently they can book you a horse carriage ride or a helicopter ride around the Alps.
So of course I had to know how much these would cost.
It's like a helicopter flight?
Yes, so there is the possibility to organize some tour, but on
She sounds like she's gonna charge you a lot.
the price are going between 720
Ooh.
francs for the 15-minute flight until the big tour 80 minutes, 3,600.
Bro, the one we wanted to was like, I think it was 45 minutes for like, yeah, like 300, 200. This is in AUD, by the way, so not your side. It's probably like maybe 150 your way. It was fun. Obviously, it wasn't the most funnest thing, but like for how cheap it was just around basically middle of nowhere, but it was enjoyable. It's a fun experience. You should honestly try it.
125 Swiss franc.
Yeah, that's a lot. Luckily, I found
The
this.
room comes with a spa menu. There's something called a clinic Geneva treatment, $400. A 2-hour health consultation to heal dead tissues, restore organ function, as well as working in a deep level of the brain for 750 francs.
Oof.
I guess
I think that might be a scam, to be truthfully honest.
if that's something you need help with, that's a lot of money though.
Anyways, it's dinner
He kind of spends a verified doctor to charging that much. Like, do you think that's even true? Do you think he'll fully fix it? Or was like, oh yeah, if you come here and then come again and then come again for like the next 5 years, you should be okay. And then you have to come back again, then 5 years later to check up, and then you do it again.
time.
We're the only ones here.
We're the only ones here in the restaurant. There are a bunch of restaurants here in the Stadt Palace, and they told us most of them were fully booked. So for dinner, this was our only option.
First course.
It was ratatouille, and it was really some of the best vegetables I've ever had. Easy 8 out of 10. But then
Main course.
Ew, that steak looks overcooked. Not a good fan of potatoes cut like this, and this looks mid.
we had beef fillet, which we agreed it was like a 4 out of 10. But what's crazy
Yeah.
is that whole dinner cost over
The fillet is $85, man. It's probably the same as you get from a fast food place if it was 4 out of 10. Like, oof, man.
$250. But because the hotel gives us a daily food credit of 120 per person, I only had to pay like 16. But then on the way back to the hotel room, we found the hotel gift
That's disgustingly expensive.
shop, which had this sweater. It cost $100, but it's the perfect souvenir, so I got it.
Not gonna lie. T-shirts like this, definitely like, if you go traveling and buy t-shirts out, like, what's it called? Like souvenir type of shops and you grab a t-shirt. Those are one of the most uncomfy t-shirts you can get. But it's just like, you don't wear. You just chuck them in the closet and forget about them until one day in the next like 5 years. Look at it, huh? That was a pretty decent time. But was it really? No, you hated it. But like, you don't remember that because you only remember the good parts.
Acquired.
But it's bedtime now because I have a plan for the morning.
Like, we're like 8 minutes in. I really still don't think this is worth it. Like, $1,400 a night is just so ridiculous, man. Like, you could book any hotel maybe like an hour away from this, and it's like maybe $100 a night, which is still pretty expensive for like one person, but it's better than spending $1,400 here, and you can actually spend the rest of the time doing other stuff. But like, I also think this would have to be a tax haven, right? There's no way actually rich people are living here. It's most like really, really rich people buy the properties here and basically leave them. Basically let them become all abandoned so they can write it off as tax expenses.
Oh, good morning. It's early, it's like 7:30. And that's exactly why I'm up, because apparently at 8 a.m. the best part of the hotel opens. Otherwise, there's no way I'd be up this early. Welcome to the pool. Trust me, this is one of the coolest pools I've ever seen.
Looks heated.
It starts here inside, but it goes outside.
You just press this button.
Yeah, but like you still have to think, that's like this whole room, that room was $1,400. This pool is probably half of it. You probably had paid $700 to access this pool. It's just over the top by so much.
Underwater to open the sliding door, and then swim your way outside. The pool is heated so it's not too cold, and because it's so early, I get to swim all by myself.
You can see all the snow-covered mountains.
And of course you get a view of the palace itself. Then to go back inside...
It's all fun and game until like some parents brings their rich kid in and they start splashing around the pool. So you end up having the worst time, which is one thing I hate about pools. If you're in a public pool and you're just trying to relax, you can't. There'll be random kids like swimming with snorkels. One time I was just like chillaxing and some little child with a snorkel bit my fucking leg. Like, what the fuck? Get your little gross ass gremlin kid out of here, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
You just push this button again. This is so fun.
That never gets old.
But if that's still not enough pool for you, there's also an indoor pool. It looks so fancy. I tried going in, but...
That is cold. This indoor pool is beautiful, but there's a reason it's empty.
They even hand you...
The main thing is, like, no one will be in there, so be able to be relaxing. Sure, like, it's depending how cold it is. If it's just cold, and once you get in and get used to it, you should be fine. Like, unless it's, like freezing shivers type of cold, you should be fine.
A pool menu, but of course the food is not cheap.
Hamburgers, 38.
Oh,
you can get a salad by the pool for $42.
That's more expensive than the other place. Like, come on,
A
man.
vegan sandwich for 32.
Order like some groceries online and make yourself a $7 sandwich, or maybe not even like a $4 sandwich, and it'll still be better than whatever they sell in this taste wise.
Luckily, we just got our normal hotel breakfast free with our room. It was
like, that just looks overpriced as
actually so good. I mean, just look at that. But to learn the truth about Stad, there was one thing we had to do.
What's your name? Walter.
I actually...
Oh, that seems like it would stink, man. It's one of those, like, look how dirty it is. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned properly, and you can just smell it through the screen. It smells like it stinks really badly.
I saw Walter yesterday with this dog in the front seat.
Is that your dog? Sitting with you?
Oh, what's his name?
Glenn?
So I guess Glenn just helps with the tours.
Oh, that's amazing. We have a golden retriever at home as well, so we miss ours.
He is so cute.
Aww.
And one thing was instantly clear.
It seems like he's having a good time, though.
Job.
Walter, do you live here in Stad?
Yes, I live here.
Do you like it?
Yes, for me it's
But like, it's so expensive. There's like, unless you're a millionaire, there's no way you can absolutely afford to live here. Definitely with groceries. Like, the house is probably like $1 million, which is like only a very, very small amount of people can afford. And you got the groceries, man. Like, there's no way he's getting groceries from this place.
the nicest place of the world.
It's a good way to live.
It's a very nice house. It's 4 or 5 year old. With old wood made.
So they're like 4 or 5 years old. That means this place is new as well. Ooh, but these look like they've been here for like 20, 30, 40 years, man. There's no way this was recently made. Like, jeez.
Walter told us he used to be a woodworker, but now he mostly just gives tours.
For me it's a nice business. Now I'm old, I make only the horse carriage.
Oh, you're still young. But this has to be a fun job too as well.
I think it's a good life.
Absolutely.
Walter was just so nice and showed us everything.
This is the highest mountain, Melbourne.
It looks like a really big town as well. Not really a big town. There's probably like maybe 300 people living here, to be truthfully honest. Very rich people at that.
3,417
And then he even took us driving on the city's main road.
These horses can go fast.
Well, I don't understand, man. Like, not trying to be rude to these people. This doesn't look like rich people's cars. Like, I'm just confused. Is it people that bought the houses before it got really expensive down here? Or is it like they bought the houses and because how expensive the houses, they couldn't buy like a very, very fancy car?
It felt like we were going at least 25 miles an hour until we got back into the main town.
I've never been to any town in the world.
It looks like a town that would be in a movie. Like a very, like, Santa-y movie for, like, Christmas. It seems like a Christmas movie type of town.
We're in the middle of Switzerland, but it's English speaking.
We really had such an amazing day thanks to Walter.
Thank you, Walter.
Yeah, and he also would charge you like $2 grand.
Thank you so much.
And Glenn too. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever met anyone as friendly as Walter. He just seems truly happy with his life and his job. I want to be like Walter one day.
So much.
You're welcome.
So fun.
Oh, here for you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's 150. That's still expensive, but that's not too bad. He probably gets maybe like 1-2 people here. He not gonna lie, he probably has like maybe he probably only does this for half the year. So there's no way like all around the year when it gets really like icy cold, he's bringing his horses out.
Also, do you have a favorite restaurant in town you recommend?
I think when you go this way, Post Hotel Roasting.
Okay.
That is very good food.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, have a
You'd
great
probably
day.
have to book in.
Bye, Glenn. That was awesome.
That was so fun.
We're missing our dog.
A lot.
Oh,
But that helped.
everyone's been so nice.
So nice.
Because of Walter's advice, we had to come here.
This is the place Walter says we should try.
It's a Swiss restaurant, meaning they have a lot of foods we never have heard of before.
Oh, it looks just by how like many tables they have. The more nicer the place is, usually the less amount of tables they have. But the main problem is that if it's like less tables, also equals the more expensive the food is. That's less how many people they can like have here. So I think this might be like maybe $60, $70 a meal.
Smells like cheese. Yes.
But immediately, one thing really stood out on the menu. Something called a breaded chicken steak with fries.
It's called chicken steak. Let's review it. Yes, can we both have the
It's probably chicken cooked like a steak. It's probably good, not gonna lie.
chicken steak with french fries? Yes. Thank you.
Turns out it was every 8-year-old's dream lunch.
Oh,
A giant
that just looks overpriced. Like these chips, they look okay. No sauce, which is sucks. No, I don't see any like salt grains, and we got this chicken. It just looks like you could get it from anywhere else, man. It doesn't seem that good. Looks like it's just a waste of money.
chicken nugget
Like if it's like $15-$20, even that's slightly expensive, but it's reasonable, I guess.
with fries. So how did it taste? I mean, it tasted exactly how a giant chicken nugget would taste. It was one of the best things I ever ate.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Anyways,
Really?
if you want to move to Stad, you'd go here. It's a realtor selling all types of fancy homes.
That looks like a castle.
Oh man,
That's like a
I know it's expensive, but I didn't realize it's that expensive.
pool right on the water.
And online, they're selling a palace for 38 million and a
What?
castle for 35.
You can definitely tell that things are very quiet and relaxed here.
What about these houses, man? They're not selling any of these houses?
Apparently celebrities love it here, and Leonardo DiCaprio was spotted here just about a week ago. I can understand why billionaires and celebrities might want
It's a vacation home. No one's living here permanently.
to come here.
Plus, the internet would be trash here, man.
You can live somewhat a normal life.
And their families just get a safe, beautiful, snowy place to live.
Can you imagine growing up here? That is such a crazy, unique childhood.
The crime rate would be almost zero here, though, man. Like, to be able to live here, you would need millions, and people that do crime aren't making millions and living here.
To truly live like a billionaire, there's one store we found earlier this week I needed to try here. It's a shop selling expensive, rare caviar.
So this restaurant
$15K. It's probably $15K, man.
specializes in caviar, and just look at the prices. The cheapest thing they have is like $15, and it goes all the way
okay.
up to $1,600. I think
That's not too bad for caviar. Caviar usually can get really, really expensive. Like the decently sized ones that are like this big, they go for like $15K. It's absolutely nuts how expensive caviar is. Like caviar is the one-time try type of thing. Like one day maybe you'll try it and never have it again. But what people say it's usually overrated. It's just like salt on a cracker, basically.
I have to give it a try. If you didn't know, caviar is just tiny fish eggs, and it's apparently one of the most expensive foods in the world. It doesn't sound or look that good.
I am not really looking forward to this.
It seems like balls of salt. That's all it is. Like people just say it's just salt.
Like, am I missing out? Why do rich people love it so much?
I just wanted to try caviar. I've never tried.
It's with rich people. They like to flex they're rich, and like it's probably not that bad. It's probably decently tasting, and like if you have enough money, if you want something that tastes decently, or you want to try something, or it's slightly better than normal stuff, but it costs like 10 times more. If you have the money, like a lot of money, like 10 million or something, like yearly or more or less, like somewhere around there, like you don't care about how much stuff costs. You just buy it anyway.
Yeah, so I wanted to just.
For me, the very good it's oyster.
Okay. I think I'll go with your recommendation.
Yes. If you want to try.
The texture freaked me out at first, but then...
Wow, that is really good. I love that one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What's your name?
Do you think that's like trying?
My name's Drew. Drew, yes. You live here? No, just visiting. First time in Stad, and it's been nice.
Oh, nice. I do taste testing. That's nice of him.
Yes, I live in Stad. Now it's my third year.
What's it like to live? Because visiting, it's amazing, but I can't imagine living here around the year. How is that?
It's so difficult. Alors, when you're young, it's difficult because the price is so hot. You can't go in the bar, but when you see the price of the beer, 15.
Like, he just makes sense. He probably just doesn't go there. He probably just orders his food online, like I was talking about before. There's no way he, like, his business probably makes a decent amount. Maybe 70, 80k a year or something like that, which is a lot. But, like, it's not a lot. Like, it's still a lot to live here, man.
In France for one beer, the cocktail is 24 francs. Yeah. I do my money here, and when I have holidays in April, May, I go back in France, yeah, because I live in France. And I spend my money in France. But now, for the money, it's very good. If you want to try, sir.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so like he's basically saying when he first lived here the first year, it was really difficult because the money was very expensive, but like because he is making good money, he can live here decently.
This is the caviar berry.
Honestly, it quickly became one of my...
He probably orders his food online. I feel like a lot of these people do put like $30 for a decent steak, or even the restaurants are super dear. Like I feel like it's just rich stuff. Like it's probably only good for like vacations.
Favorite things I'd eaten on this entire trip.
Overall, I love it. It's perfect. I was expecting not to like it, but I see why it's so popular.
It's super expensive for just a little bit, but it was actually really good.
Seems like a nice guy.
What is the most expensive caviar you have?
The beluga. The beluga, you see the price. My owner touched the beluga. For 1 kilo, he pay between 6 and 7,000. The beluga albinos, the white caviar egg. Wow. And this is between 12 and 15k for the kilogram.
Have you
You would think like it would have to be a very fishy area around here. Like it would have to be like locally sourced, like very expensive caviar to be able to like make a lot of money off of this.
No. I want to try, but we never tried it's the best of the world. But
definitely if he owns this place, he'd probably be losing out on like 15. He probably bought it for 7k, selling it for 15. He'll lose out on like 7k for just trying it, and if he doesn't like it, it's like he just wasted so much money.
I'll have to try that next time.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
You too. See you soon.
So I was not expecting to spend that much money, but I was extremely impressed. I guess caviar is really good.
Yeah, so just this much was over $100.
It's like the size of AirPods.
Yeah, but it's caviar, man. Like caviar is just expensive. It's just fish, salmon eggs. I don't know what type of fish it's from, but it's just fish eggs, and people like it because like it's just very salty. And if you have the money, it's like why not try it? If you like it, you like it. You get it more. If you don't, it's like if you're rich and you don't like it, or you spent maybe 10k, it's like for rich people 10k isn't really that much.
Late night in Stad, when you're hungry, there's only one option: Wally's.
Wally's is basically the only fast food option in Stad, and apparently they make the best burgers in town. They have burgers and hot dogs on their menu, plus one super fancy option.
Could I have a cheeseburger and a Wagyu burger and french fries?
23 and 50.
Okay.
Wait, like that was cheaper than the restaurant, like $53 for Australian Wagyu. That seems pretty decent.
Yeah, these are definitely not normal fast food prices. So I was really hoping to eat...
Yeah, like what I mean by decent, it's still very, very expensive, but like it's cheaper than all the food around here, basically.
The best burgers of my life.
Voila.
I'm sure you've wondered, what does fast food taste like in the world's richest town?
Wally's.
So I went to the only fast food place in Stad. We got 2 cheeseburgers and french fries. This cost us $75. Because I got the water.
That is quite deep. That's quite expensive.
Burgers and fries would cost $15 at McDonald's. In Stad, it cost me $73.
Okay, that doesn't look the best, to be truthfully honest with you. Oh man, I would prefer this, to be truthfully honest.
This is the Wagyu burger. It definitely looks a little different than a normal burger.
It looks just... I'm not trying to be rude. This looks rancid, basically. This looks non-appetizing as...
And this one looks like a perfect burger to me. I don't mind taking this one, and Sam will get the fancy Wagyu.
It's made with Australian Wagyu.
It's probably mid. Watch it say it's kind of okay.
That is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Idiot thoughts? Five Guys is way better.
What?
Yeah.
They are good. They're not worth $75 though.
No,
yeah, they didn't look too good.
$75 if I was dying of hunger.
Anyways, there was one more thing we needed to see before bedtime, and it was absolutely magical.
How is
Okay, that is quite beautiful, but it would be freezing, like -2 out there.
this real? This is the craziest view from a swimming pool I've ever had. It really feels like we're in a movie.
Moments like this make me feel really grateful to have this job, and
then you have a kid just splashing around, splashing water in your face, and completely ruins the experience because their parents decided to.
to go to places like this to make videos for you guys.
We just got back to the room and they did what's called turn down service, meaning they just got the bed in the room ready for us to go to sleep. Look how
I look dumb in this.
look how detailed this is. They curl down your blanket so it's ready for you to sleep.
But like the main problem, I don't understand with like places when they make your like beds like very annoyingly, like they make it like way too tight. It's almost like you're strangling yourself. Like why? Can you just like make it so you can like tuck it in so I can still be able to get in, but like I'm not basically being I can't. So like I understand like want to make it tucked in and stuff, but like you gotta make it not too tight. I don't be strangled when I'm basically wanting to sleep. Like sometimes they overdo it, man.
They left a breakfast pre-order form. You just choose what you want and you'll wake up to breakfast the next morning.
They set out your slippers.
And they left
Imagine you just like wake up at 11 and your food's just sitting out cold. Your food would be freezingly cold.
tiny chocolates. The level of service here is insane. Good night, Stad.
The next day,
It does
we woke
look
up
beautiful, but I still can't get over the $1,500 price that the hotel is. It's just way too expensive.
and it was snowing. Now Stad really looks like a movie set. We really felt like kids again. We got to make snowballs, and
It's the smallest snowman I've ever seen.
we had to get our morning coffee and watch the snow come down.
Okay, that's beautiful.
They cost about $7 each, which is actually not that bad compared to the gold cappuccino I had in Dubai and cost almost 50. So we
Yeah, gold-plated anything is just for decor. Like it's actually, I'm pretty sure it makes your stomach turn. Some people say like if you have too much, it makes your stomach upset, and it's just for looks. That people, it just doesn't taste like anything. People say it just tastes like nothing, and it's such a waste of money.
spent almost $700.
And even for looks, I'd just rather like a good cappuccino art on my coffee than gold. Since gold just looks shit.
In 2 days, which is way more than the average American who spends about $200. And if you add how much we spent on the hotel, it just gets out of control. So it's fair to say the world's richest town definitely is not affordable. But that's why there were a few things I really missed.
The dollar store. There were none of these in Gestad.
Bro, the Dollar Tree is not even $1 anymore. Maybe like it's like $1.25. Soon it's gonna be like maybe 10-20 years. If the prices don't get better, it'll be like $2 store or $3 store, and it's like it's gonna get out of hand if they don't stop it, man.
This is $1. $1.
Inflation's just not
here for the price of our coffees back there.
I wonder how much this is. This is $5. Tony's gonna like this.
The food wasn't even that good, but like even he said like the big chicken nugget basically looked okay. Looks like something you can get from like a restaurant for like $13, and they got it for like 50 or something. It's just unreasonable as.
Hey, buddy, what do you got?
These toys aren't very expensive, but I don't think Tony cares at all. I'll definitely miss all the amazing friends we made over there, but I am way happiest right here at home.
Yeah, that place just looked like a Christmas movie set completely.
Oh, you actually ate the fake steak.
Well, that's the end of this video. Watching this video is insane. Like, people can overprice anything, and if it's in the right spot, people just buy it. Well, this is the end. If you do like videos like this, leave a like and subscribe down below, and comment what videos you'd actually like me to watch in the next one. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.